Welcome and thanks for joining us for another edition of our weekly magazine show, The Lake Report, where we'll show you what's going on in the county we call home. Here's just some of the news we'll be covering. This weekend was supposed to be the annual Leesburg Bike Fest. We explore how one local company is offering a bike-friendly event. Also coming up, the historic Moat Morris house that burned in 2018 is coming back to its original glory. Later in the show, meet a Hollywood hair and makeup artist that now calls Leesburg home. But first, an update on COVID vaccinations in our area. More than 233,000 people have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccines in Lake and Sumter counties. Florida Department of Health officials say close to 168,000 of those vaccinated completed the two-shot series Moderna and Pfizer vaccines, or the single-dose vaccine developed by Johnson & Johnson. For the latest vaccine information, including locations, please visit the state's website at floridahealth.gov. A year after canceling due to the pandemic, the Lake County Fair bounced right back with record attendance at this year's event. The 100th annual Lake County Fair wrapped up on Sunday after extending one more day to make up for the previous Sunday that was rained out. But even with all the bad weather, fair officials say they had record sales.
This is our 100th year anniversary, our centennial celebration. We've been here in Eustis for the every single fair, 100 years here in Eustis.
The Lake County Fair Association is a nonprofit organization that takes all the money raised from gate sales and uses it to provide kids the opportunity to show their livestock and art projects. On the final day, the Lake County Fair pageant crowned the winners from the baby to junior categories and even held their first ever boys category. The Education Foundation of Lake County is looking for local businesses to be drop-off sites for their annual Red for Ed school supply drive. That event is supposed to take place in July. The event is designed to drive traffic to local businesses while helping with a good cause. Participants will be given a collection box and signage to let consumers know they're partnering with the Education Foundation of Lake County. Business owners must agree to collect or donate $50 worth of school supplies. For more information, please email Education Foundation of Lake County. Lake County school officials honored 4 people during this year's Alumni Hall of Fame ceremony. The event was held at the Rogers Park Center in Leesburg on Wednesday. So, what does it take to become a Hall of Famer? Let's find out.
On Wednesday, Lake County Schools inducted 4 new candidates into the Alumni Hall of Fame to showcase the best examples of what an education in Lake County schools can produce.
So those individuals that are selected as our finalists and ultimately are winners of our Alumni Hall of Fame inductees are those individuals who have had a significant impact on our community and beyond. They serve as role models for all of our students just to show that where education can lead as long as people are willing to follow their dreams. And so I think that all of these that we've honored here today certainly have gone above and beyond and have made a significant impact in our communities and in our country, and continue to just be great examples of what happens with students when they leave Lake County schools.
First up was Jacqueline Ashley, who graduated from Leesburg High School. Jacqueline retired as a school social worker, providing assistance and support to thousands of families in Lake County.
You know, our destinies take us many places and far-flung places. Mine was outside my front door, and I have felt all along that was my niche. I never felt a need to do anything other than what I was doing in the field of education. There's this wonderful word in the Greek language, I'm sure I will butcher it, but I think it's called paraclete. And the literal translation is to walk beside. I want you to know that my journey has not been a journey for just myself. I have many people who have walked beside me.
Next up was Denise Burry, who is the founder and executive director of the Forward Paths Foundation, which assists at-risk youth who have aged out of foster care or who are homeless.
I am so honored by this award and nomination. I wasn't a great high school student, but I remember that in my work as I walk beside the students that I work with. I was blessed to have a strong group of teachers and educators that instilled in me a desire to ask questions and continue my education. And because of that, now I strive to create educational opportunities. I'm very fortunate to lead an organization of a few employees and a lot of volunteers, so that even our most at-risk youth have an opportunity to expand their education.
Keith Murphy of Mount Dora High School, class of 1982, was unable to attend but sent a video with his regards. He is currently the sports director at NBC's Des Moines affiliate WHO TV 13.
He is a 4-time recipient of the Iowa Sportcaster of the Year Award. He anchored the Emmy, Associated Press, and IBNA choices for Best Sportscast numerous times. He has won the Edward Moreau and Eric Siebereid Awards for Outstanding Sports Reporting and the National Radio Champions Award. He is known for going beyond scores and highlights and making his sportcast fun, almost always opinionated, and often thought-provoking. To Iowa fans, like the person who nominated him, Mr. Murphy is a legend.
Finally, Dr. Clarine McCall, who graduated from Carver Heights High School in 1958, was also inducted. She owned and operated several businesses in the cosmetology and beauty industry, but passed away in 2018. A family member accepted the award on her behalf.
It is with high gratitude to stand in for my uncle, Mr. Robert McCall, in his absence, to speak on behalf of this honorable achievement for the late Dr. Clarine T. McCall. We can't say thank you enough to the selection committee for nominating Dr. McCall on this remarkable accomplishment. It is her nurturing nature, warm love, and giving heart that made her a top humanitarian in the community.
Congratulations to all those inducted. Reporting for Lakefront TV, I'm Cindy Peterson.
Congratulations to all, and thank you for representing Lake County. When we come back, bringing back the bikes, Leesburg will once again hear the sound of motorcycles this spring. We'll tell you all the changes that are taking place when we come back. Welcome back. Did you know that this weekend was the original date of the annual Leesburg Bike Fest? Now, although the event got changed, Gator Harley-Davidson is picking up the torch by sponsoring their very own spring bike rally. Lakefront TV's Cindy Peterson has more.
Gator Harley-Davidson in Leesburg is hosting their annual spring bike rally, where thousands of bikers will be making their way this weekend. Although the city of Leesburg chose to postpone their own bike fest until November, Gator Harley decided to press forward.
This year's event is pretty much business as usual. We're going to have the same stuff as we had last year, except probably better vendors because a lot of them didn't go downtown. They're here instead. Great music, great bands playing on throughout the weekend, starting today, going through Sunday. What else we got? We got the axe throwing in the back in our warehouse bar. We have axe throwing. We have Beat the Bar, which is a strength competition. If you beat the bar, you get $100.
Also in the back bar, which is called the Gator Hole. We have 3 bars: Gator Hole, Gator Hut, and Gator Swamp. So the Gator Hole, which is in the back, is in the warehouse, and it also has a lounge area in there so you can cool off. And then right outside of there is the food vendors and the ice cream. So everything's right in that little corner back there.
Gator Harley is also doing their part to promote the downtown Leesburg businesses and other great festivals throughout the county, including the Eustis Bike Rally and Music Festival also going on this weekend.
They do this every year, but it's a little bit more low key. So this year they have the Wall of Death down there. They have a car show, and they're having Radical Randy's bike show down there. So they've definitely bumped it up a little bit. And you know, we want everybody to ride Lake County. We know everybody can't just come here, so we want everybody to ride Lake County. And we also are promoting downtown merchants in Leesburg.
Down here, it's all about the music, the food, the bikes, and the fun.
I just love whenever there's a bunch of people around and just welcoming them, and the excitement that they bring with them, and just, you know, I'm able to be like, hey, how are you? And they're like, good, and I'm like, well, I'm happy, and then boom, instantly they're smiling and they're just happy to be here, and that's what makes me happy.
The bike rally runs through Sunday evening. For a full schedule of events, check out GatorHarley.com. Reporting for Lakefront TV, I'm Cindy Peterson.
Thanks, Cindy, for that report. The Leesburg Bike Fest is scheduled for later this year. Hey, some good news for one local landmark. It was a lengthy process, but the historic Moat Morris House in Leesburg is almost back to its original glory. A fire heavily damaged the vintage home almost 3 years ago. Wait until you see what it looks like today.
The Moat Morris House in Leesburg is nearing completion on renovations after the February 2018 fire heavily damaged this historic building. In 2019, the city of Leesburg decided to have the house repaired and return it to its original use, a $1.1 million project. More than 3 years later, the house is almost ready for its grand reopening.
Right now we're finishing up. The city has done all the landscaping. We've got all the hardscapes back in. We're just finishing with the stain and the paint inside. And we're going to be going for building final probably Monday.
Evergreen Construction has been working for nearly a year to restore as much of the original structure as possible, salvaging much of the original flooring, walls, handrails, and having to match the existing wood and design for its complete restoration.
I started on May 1st, 2020. It was about 10 months on the build out, on the rebuild portion of it. Previously, we had come in and we had done shoring, and then the architects and engineers come in and they do their scratch test, and they will let us know what needs to be either removed and replaced or reinforced. So they're the ones that determine the structural integrity of the wood beams that were here. We were able to save a lot of the old wood flooring and even the wainscoting that we pulled up. We were able to save it and reuse it in areas that we had to repair flooring. The downstairs bathroom, that flooring was reused. The tower bathroom flooring was reused, and then the flooring that we repaired at the entry was some of the wainscot that we reused, and we just flipped it upside down and refinished it. The first damage really was the roof structure. It was completely gone. So the roof is new all the way up to the front north section. There's 3 rafters here on the front that are original. Other than that, the roof is completely new. All of the trusses have been removed and replaced with new trusses, new 3/4 inch plywood. So the roof structure was really bad. It was a 2x4 previously, and we increased the dimension to a 2x8. So it really wasn't the right size lumber to begin with. So there was a lot of deflection in the original rafters of the roof. But yeah, the roof was probably the worst.
Over the years, the Moat Morris House has become an icon for the city. The Victorian-style home was built in 1892 on West Main Street. It was put on the Historic Registry in 1974, and in 1988, Leesburg residents raised $95,000 to move the home to its current location on Magnolia Street. The home most recently served as the Chamber of Commerce offices.
The most difficult was the icicle fascia trim. We matched that to the original. All this is new. All the icicle fascia trim is new. Romac made it. They routed it by hand. And so we went around and basically made a map of each one of the gable ends and all the different pitches of the roof, and made a map and kind of just, they made it and labeled everything, and we went around and put it together like a puzzle. One of the other really difficult tasks was this fish scale siding repair on the tower, where we had to cut to install the flashing for the roof. Repairing the fish scale siding was probably the most difficult task on the entire job. So tedious. And they're all nailed by hand with the old little handmade nails, and you have to take a roofing bar and get up there and loosen them, and they're about 20 inches long, each one of them. So it's really difficult.
Evergreen Construction is waiting on a few more supplies to put on the finishing touches, then a grand reopening will be announced. Reporting for Lakefront TV, I'm Cindy Peterson.
When we come back, it's one of the newest local attractions, and it's a place where you can blow off some steam. Check out the Impact Rage Room next. Thanks for joining us here on the Lake Report, where it's all about the place we call home. The Leesburg Public Library is participating in One Book, One Community for Central Florida by handing out books to third graders in 8 local schools. We caught up with the Leesburg Public Library team when they visited Leesburg Elementary to hand out 350 books. And as you can imagine, the kids loved it.
The Leesburg Public Library is participating in the One Book, One Community program, which is put on each year by the Orlando Sentinel and Publix grocery stores. Around 850 books were distributed among third graders, with some fourth and fifth graders, to 8 schools in the Leesburg area so that every child can share the same fictional experience.
The purpose of the program is to engage Central Florida students, mainly third graders, to share the same book with an important adult in their lives and it to be a community-wide read. And they want to improve the kids' literacy skills and especially to get them on grade level. So it's reading by 9.
The book, Home Sweet Motel, is a story about kids who live in a motel and go on some exciting adventures. Through the program, kids will get to engage with the characters and grow in their reading experience.
Putting books in the hands of kids is always an amazing thing, and as a teacher, reading is a way for them to escape and kind of also experience things that they wouldn't get to experience unless it was through a book. So this program has really opened their eyes to experiences. We received the one and only Ivan at the beginning of the school year, and they loved it.
Anyone interested in participating in this program can visit the Leesburg Public Library. With Lakefront TV, I'm Cindy Peterson.
Thank you. For more information about the One Book, One Community program and more events taking place at your local library, log on to mylakelibrary.org. Lake County is rich in fun things to do, especially when it comes to nature. We've got boating, fishing, and kayaking. But did you know in Leesburg there's an indoor racetrack, laser tag, and axe throwing? Literally, you can throw an axe competitively. But now, for the first time ever, there's a place you can go to blow off some steam, and it's called an Impact Rage Room. Check it out.
Lake County's first Rage Room opened inside the Lake Square Mall in Leesburg, offering a safe and effective way for people to take out some of their deepest frustrations and anxieties. Rage rooms have been trending in recent months, mostly due to the controlled environment and mental health relief it offers.
I was going through a breakup, so I decided to come tear some stuff up in a controlled environment, and it really did help me. It made me feel like a release when I was done. It makes you feel a little bit lighter. You get to take out all of your negative energy, but it's not, you don't have to clean it up. You can leave it here and just tear up everything. So yeah, it helps. It makes me feel good. I did bring in my ex's Xbox. It was broken already, and I asked, okay? It was broken already, and I brought it in, and that helped me to channel my rage even more because that's his actual stuff that I'm breaking. So it felt good, yes.
Although some may not have particular issues to work out, sometimes it just feels good to hit something.
Just wanted to release some stress, get out of the house more than anything.
And he told me about it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, you know what? I work at Burger King, so there's a lot of stupid people out there. And the way I am, I get pissed off and all that real easy and real quick. And if I didn't do something like this, I'd probably strangle somebody, not even gonna lie.
A very good, easy way to release a lot of stress and anger. Break some stuff, not even have to clean it up afterwards. That's the best part. This place was definitely a well-needed thing around this area.
Also well worth it. Very, very well worth it.
Yeah.
The owners first got the idea to open a Rage Room when they found themselves in need of one.
We saw that there was one in Orlando, and she recently had a death in the family. I have a lot going on, and when we realized, we were just sitting talking, and we realized we wanted to go to one together, and we saw since it was an hour away, it's like, how about we bring it here? Because there's a lot going on. For me, just working in the healthcare field, having caregivers and just stress we need that, and then just the part with mental health and dealing with family stuff and etc. It's necessary.
I did have a death in the family, my youngest brother, and it caused me a lot of stress and turmoil, depression, inner rage, and no way to let it out. And instead of tearing up my own house, I decided that I think it's best if we invest in a business where everybody can let out their frustrations.
One smash session can be that release, that 2 months of therapy, because you're talking and you're talking, but you still need a way to get that out. And so that's how it releases, and it helps. Me and my best friend did a session the other day, and we did not realize how much we had bottled up, because it's going to come out one way or another. So this is just giving a more healthy, safe way for it to come out, so you don't release it on a stranger or road rage.
In the future, the owners hope to bring in certified therapists to assist anyone with mental health struggles if needed. They both said they have seen a lot of people who could benefit from the Rage Room since they both work in the medical field.
In the future, yes, we were thinking about trying to incorporate that into, like a session, because we also have cameras, as you see here. We are under 24-hour surveillance, but we would want a therapist to come in just to witness a session and be able to, so their, client can give feedback and they can see, what's internally bothering them.
Impact Rage Room offers a variety of smash packages for solo and group sessions. They are also offering a 15% discount to medical personnel and first responders. For more information, visit impactrageroom.com.
For more information about the Impact Rage Room, check out their website. And if you want to find a whole bunch of fun things to do, log on to visitlakefl.com. Coming up next, there's a new salon artist in the community who made the stars shine in Hollywood. Find out what he did and how he could work his magic on you too. Welcome back to the Lake Report. It's now time to toss things over to our crew at Eustis High School's Studio 126. On this week's Rutland Rundown, Rayshawn talks to an award-winning film director who also happens to be an intern right here at Lakefront TV. Check it out.
What's up, Lake County? I'm your host, Rayshawn Rutland, and you're watching the Rutland Rundown. On today's show, we'll be speaking to Nico Wilcox. So tell us a little about yourself, Nico.
So I'm Nico Wilcox, and I'm a senior here at Eustis High School, and I'm one of the heads of Studio 126, and I also work at Lakefront TV.
What are some of your aspirations in life?
Well, ever since I was very little, I've always dreamed of making movies, and that's my ultimate goal in life, is to be a successful filmmaker.
And have you made any movies or films so far?
Feature-length film. It's called Iberian, and it's available on Amazon Prime right now, Prime Video. So you should go check it out.
Do you have tips for anybody who's trying to get into the film industry, Nico?
I would just say go for it. Just put everything you have into it, and if you're passionate about something, I would say just follow your dreams.
What do you plan on doing after high school?
Well, I just got accepted into Florida State Film School, so I'm going to major in film production, which is very exciting. I can't wait to start.
Thank you, Nico, for stopping by, and we'll see you guys next time on the Rutland Rundown.
Great story, and we wish Nico the very best. Perhaps one day we'll see his name on the big screen. Speaking of fame, our next story features a celebrity hairstylist that now calls Leesburg, Florida home to his newest hair salon. On this week's small business feature, we meet James Gardner of Tulu Color Salon at the Lake Square Mall. Hair salons come and go, but those that make it always have one thing in common: talented stylists. In Lake County, Jamison Gardner is one of the best. He knew he had talent at a very young age and flew to California to make a go of it. But it didn't take long before Jamison was doing makeup for the hit TV show American Idol.
When you're in your 20s, which I was, it was a blast. I think if you live in Los Angeles, you need to be in the entertainment industry, and everybody has that thing, when they go there, that thing that they're trying to do, and being able to go home and say you did it is almost just as good as getting able to do it.
Some in the solitary lives.
Remember Ruben Studdard? Do you see his makeup? That's all Jameson's work. Not to top that, but Clay Aiken's face was also done by Jameson. If you look closely, they kind of look alike too.
American Idol was the best because it's real people that they bring to Hollywood and they want them to look like stars. So you're not making pretty people look more pretty, you're making real people look beautiful, which I think is the most fun because they're the most appreciative.
Today, Jameson opened his second salon, this time at the Lake Square Mall. And don't let the tired surroundings fool you. Jameson says he ordered all new Italian furniture and plans to renovate the business to look like his first salon located in Wildwood. But most important is the talent he brings to our area. Jameson and all of his stylists are in the top tier when it comes to salon experts.
We look at the person as a whole. We don't just jump on their hair. Like, we try to figure out what they do for a living, how they live their life, how they spend their free time.
Tulu is the name of Jameson's salon, and it also offers the finest hair replacements for men and women. One of his stylists tried one on for us. Hard to believe she was a brunette. And as you can see, Tulu offers a variety of hair care products, including Paul Mitchell and Kevin Murphy.
Being a Paul Mitchell focused salon makes us able to get unlimited education from the Paul Mitchell Corporation. They send in professionals to teach our staff how to do the very latest trends, how to do consistently good haircuts and color.
And bring the little ones. Tulu's a great place to hold diva princess parties and bridal parties. Call ahead for your next cut and color. Reporting for Lakefront TV, I'm Dave DeJohn. And that's a wrap. We hope you enjoyed today's edition of the Lake Report. Be sure to like us and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Until next time, I'm Dave DeJohn, and on behalf of the entire team here at Lakefront TV, get out there and explore the great place we call home.